What up, YouTube? It's your boy JufroYT, and today, as y'all can't see, we talking about insecurities. I told you this last week. We talking about insecurities, and I know y'all see what we wearing. Before I get started, before I get into what I'm gonna talk about, you see what we wearing. Now I know you're like, yo, Jew, you get it. You're in the Raider jersey. We won. Absolutely. What's the number? I don't have no other Raider jersey right now. Around my birthday, I'm planning to get another one. Right now, it's the only thing. It's the only one I got. All the other ones I had, too small. All right, get that out the way. But like, back to it. Like I said, we're talking about insecurities because it is a big deal. I know this. I'm human, just like everybody else. So I'm alive. I'm on social media. I'm outside. I'm at the store, wherever the case may be. And I know that everybody has had insecurities or has it right now. Someone has something about themselves that they don't like. And you may be like, dang, that's sad. Absolutely. But one of the main things I do want to say, like, I don't come out here with notes and all that. The main thing I do want to say about insecurities is that the insecurity that you may have or insecurities you may have is not your own thoughts. Those insecurities did not start with you. They were not your thoughts. Because let's take this for example. You may be short. You may be fat, skinny, whatever the case may be. And you may have been like this your whole life. You may have been skinny your whole life. Let's take me for example, right? I've been, not now, but prior to me getting swole, I was skinny my whole life since I was young to about maybe I was 18, 19, I want to say. But when I was 3, I'm not thinking to myself like, dang, I'm skinny. I need to change this. No. Because when you're 3, you're not around people that isn't family. You feel me? So there's no one to make fun of you. There's no one to talk about you in a negative sense. But as you get older, you start to hear these things about yourself. You start to hear you're this, you're that, X, Y, and Z, A, B, C, all these different things to make you essentially feel down about yourself when in actuality, those people come and go. They might be in life for a year or whatever and then dip. But the things that they say stick with you for years after the fact, which eventually evolves into an insecurity that you may now feel about yourself. Like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like that about myself. But you got to stop saying, I don't like this. I don't like that about myself. Because when you was younger, you wasn't saying those same things about yourself. But the only difference is when you was younger, you didn't care because no one was said. But as you get older, you hear about all these things. And as humans, we try to please other humans. We try to, oh, I want this person to see me in this way and a positive and all this, extra stuff. That it changes the way we feel about ourselves. Genuinely. Because if you take somebody who now has no insecurities, you better believe back in the day, in the past, they did. But they did something to change how they felt about themselves in the sense of, take me for example, once again, okay, I was skinny for who knows how long, years, over 15 years. I was skinny, like this is what it was. But I took the time it sat down with myself and like, okay, I'm skinny. I don't like being skinny. What can I do about it? Because I don't have to sit here and be this way. I can improve myself to make myself eventually, oh, I'm not like this no more. Okay, I improved. I helped myself get better. Obviously, getting the gym, getting swole, doing my thing. Now with you, certain things you can change. Certain things you can't. My guy, let's be honest with you. If you're short, it's just what it is. Embrace it. It's a flaw you have, absolutely. But embrace it. Listen, I was short too. Mind you, I was like 4'11" in the eighth grade. I'm gonna keep saying this until, you feel me? I was 4'11" in the 8th grade. So you can imagine everybody is taller than me. I remember there was multiple times where I was the shortest person in my class. And everybody would say something like, what? You know, and make fun of me, like, why are you so short? You know? And it got to the point where it's like, dang. I started thinking, oh, I'm gonna be like this for the rest of my life. I'm gonna be short, obviously. Thanks to God, I'm not. But some of y'all are short still. Some of y'all is 35 short. It's just what it is. And you gotta be like, well, I can't change this. But I'm gonna love myself no matter what. I may not like this, but I'm gonna love myself no matter what. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I noticed when it comes to like people having insecurities about different things, the way, especially like the way that I look, not me, but you know, the way that you may look, you may have insecurity about that, and you got to sit down and look in the mirror and be like, okay, why is it? It's a problem, yes, but you got to sit down and break it down with yourself, because nobody's gonna do it for you. You got to sit in the mirror, or if you ain't got a mirror, pick your phone, look at it, and be like, okay, what is, like, literally talk to yourself, you know. Okay, why is it that I don't like this about myself? You know, and you got to break it down like, okay, I don't like this because this, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, point, whatever, however deep you got to get into it. And then you got to go back into the past. Then you have to really have to sit down and think about like, okay, I don't like this myself because of this. Where did it stem from? Because I wasn't born like this. No person is born hating themselves or hating the next person. Somebody has told you this. Somebody has made you feel about this, whether that's friends, family, whatever the case is, social media, whatever the case may be. You know? You're going to feel some type of way. And you got to sit down and find the source of the problem. Because once you find the source of the problem is where you can improve. Once you find the reason why I feel this way is when you can grow. When you can stop being insecure about that thing. It's not going to just, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not going to happen overnight. It is for surely a process. You may need to talk to somebody about it. You may, I'm not going to say hate yourself. Hate's a strong word. You may dislike yourself so much to the point where it's like you need someone to help you. And it does not have to be a therapist. It does not. It can be someone you trust, a family member, your mom, your dad, brother, sister, a friend. You may not want to hear someone else's opinion. Let's say you got a pet, a dog, man's best friend, whatever you want to call it. You know. Take your dog, sit him down and talk to him. Like, talk to, even though it's an animal, it's still listening. Talk to it. Tell it why you feel. You may not get a response, but at least you're getting it out of your system. Because I notice a lot of people are insecure about certain things about themselves and they keep it inside. They don't tell nobody, oh, I'm insecure about this. They just keep it inside, hold it in, hoping that it goes away, and it doesn't. Because there's no way to release that feeling about yourself or feeling about whatever. There's no way to release it. And if you have to release it, because if you keep it in, you're going to be 85 feeling some type of way and look back and like, dang, for the last 80 years I've been feeling this way about myself. You got to just tell somebody. You got to release it. And you got to know, like, it's not true. You may even, you know, feel, I don't like the way my face looks. Let me go get work done. I'm not one to judge, but I'm gonna tell you, you don't have to do that. Just because on social media you see all these people with, how do I say this without making people mad? Hey, I'm gonna keep it a buck. You see all these people with plastic surgery. I went to this country and got this work done. I went to this place and got this. They got all these. They essentially built themselves. They essentially paid for the way they look. But I bet you deep down inside, they don't like, they may say, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm whatever. I'm better than you, I'm woo. But deep down inside, they know they don't feel that way about themselves. Because deep down inside, they know that's not who they really is. It's not this is not who they really are. Deep down inside, they know they don't look like this. They know they, you know, don't look this type of way. You feel me? Because they like, you might not know. The next person might not know, but they know like, this ain't who I am. They know like, this ain't the way I naturally look. This ain't the body that God gave me. This ain't the face that God gave me or whatever. And they gotta, you know, they'll eventually sit down with themselves and they're like, yeah. I mean, they probably do it all the time. Like, yeah, this is not me, but I'm gonna put out a facade. And it makes you think, oh, this is what people like. I have to look this way. I have to act this way. I have to do this because it's what people like. And I'm insecure now because I don't look like this, or I don't act like this, or whatever the case may be, or I don't have what they have. Which is why insecurities don't always have to be about physical appearance or outer appearance. It could be something as simple as I'm broke. It's an insecurity. I feel like if you don't have money, it should be an insecurity of you that, okay, I don't have money, I'm broke. It is what it is. But don't let it beat you down. You know, don't let it keep you down. But I will say this. If being broke or not having money is an insecurity, you may look at people who have money, who have status or rich or whatever. I bet you they not happy. Some of them, yeah. Most of them, no. Because they may be like, okay, I have money. I got these friends. I got all these people around me. I got girls around me. I got all this. But are they truly rocking with me? Are they truly for me? Or are they just around me because, you know, I got money? You feel me? Because I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to say it's insecurity, but it is a worry that I have. It's like, people around me now, not real people. You know, some of them, yes. A lot, no. Fake. They you know. So it's like, when I get money, are these people that aren't cool with me, that don't support me now, I get rich, I make it on YouTube where they gonna come around and, oh, what's up, Jew? Like, I was rocking with you, supporting you, all this stuff now. Obviously. Of course they go today. Well, they want a piece of the pie with me. They want me to get, oh, let me shout out my boy. They gonna do this. And it's one of those things where you have to make a decision. I don't know how we got whatever. I don't know how we got to this point. We just did. They had to make a decision, and we all gonna have to make a decision when we make it. It's gonna be like, do I want these people around me who I know ain't for me, know not really rocking with me, just to have them around because it's like I've known them for years? Or do I say, forget these people, I'm gonna rock with the people that's been supporting me, that's, you know, before I was a somebody, treating me like I was somebody, you know? And a big deal about insecurities is like, no one can really help you out, in the sense of no one can stop you from feeling insecure about yourself except for two people. And I'm always going to talk about these two people. You, yourself, and God. Like I said, that's two. Yourself and God. God knows what you know, God knows how you feel. God knows what you feel about yourself. So why, if he already knows about you, he the one that created you. Now, he didn't put these ideas in your head. No, don't get it twisted. But he knows how you feel about yourself. He knows that all these things or whatever. So it doesn't hurt to pray. It doesn't hurt to ask him for help. Because he knows the way you feel. He knows you don't like this about yourself or that or whatever. He knows these things. So it doesn't hurt to say, Lord, I need your help. It doesn't hurt to say, Lord, I feel this way about myself. I don't want to feel this way. I want to love myself. I want to, you know, love every part of me. There's nothing wrong with that. And like I said, the flaw that you have, you got to embrace it. Because at the end of the day, especially if it's a flaw you can't change. Certain flaws you can change. Certain ones you just can't change. You know, you just can't change. You got to embrace it. And you got to be like, okay, well, I know I can't change it, but guess what? It's me. I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to love myself, because who cares if the next person does? As long as I love myself and I like every 100% of me, every part of me, whatever, that's what matters. honestly, that's what matters. Forget if the next person cares. Forget if the next person likes this about you, or this about you, or this about you, or this about you. Do you like you about you? You know, I see so often people will wear certain clothes and ask the next person, "Hey, what do you think about this? Is this fit? Is this fit fire? Is it look cool?" You know, who cares if they like it? Who cares if the next person like it? You know, do you like it? Does your girl like it? Like, you know, people will be like, "Oh, my hair cool. Like, what you think?" Who cares what they think? What do you think? You know, and it's so often I see so many people trying to be someone they're not because they see it working for someone else, but it might not work for you. You know, we're gonna go with this. For whatever reason, the big deal right now is being nonchalant, not caring, not who cares what happened, right? That's the big deal. Everybody trying to, every male is trying to do it. You know, because they see it work for certain people. I ain't gonna name no names, but if you online, you know who I'm talking about. D Block Duke. You know, it works for certain people, so you think it's gonna work for you, or you may know a person that it works for. But honestly, if you ain't like that in general, there's no point in doing that. You know, if you are naturally a funny person, you like to talk a lot, you like to express yourself, do it. Don't shun yourself or close yourself down or block yourself because you're trying to be like somebody else. Because you don't know what because you don't know what you making somebody else laugh might do for that person. You don't know what somebody else is going through. You know, someone else can be going through a bad time in their life and all they need is a little laugh, but you trying to be nonchalant. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to not talk to nobody, just be cool. You don't know what that person might need. And I'm gonna use myself as an example because I know for a couple years I've been told, "Yo, Drew, just be nonchalant. That's gonna work in your favor. Trust me." And I was like, "All right, cool." I tried it, didn't work in my favor. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't like doing it because I'm like, bro, that's not me, and I know it ain't me. So I'm gonna be me. Like y'all see how I am on YouTube, just acting a, not necessarily acting a fool, but like, you know, I'll be joking, laughing, hee hee ha. You know, I'll be acting this, doing what I do. And to a lot of people, they like, bro, you a man, you supposed to be quiet. Like, no. So you mean to tell me you would tell that to a comedian, Kevin Hart? Oh, you got to be nonchalant because that's what everybody else is doing. That's cool for you or the next person, but not me. I'm gonna be myself. So be yourself. Don't let somebody dim your light because they want you to be a certain way. If you want to be a certain way, be that way. Because guess what? That person is insecure about themselves in that sense. And they're trying to make you insecure about yourself. Don't allow that person to dim your light. Don't allow that person to make you insecure about yourself. Love yourself. Be yourself. You know, and once you realize that insecurity is only something that's going to try to stop you from becoming great, it's going to stop you from being you. It's going to stop you from loving yourself. The quicker you can get to loving yourself, the quicker you can become whoever you want to be, whoever you're trying to be. And you can look at a lot of like celebrities. They've told stories about how like people made fun of them. They said this, they said that, or woo. And they could have used that as an excuse to become insecure, but they use that as an excuse to become great. You know, a lot of comedians, class clowns, and you know, for whatever reason, people that are class clowns are looked down upon. And for, like I said, for whatever reason. But then some of them be going to become great comedians, become rich off of that. You know, I guess it's just, I just want y'all to just be you. I just want y'all to be you. And be you 100% and love you 100%. Don't let somebody try to make you feel no type of way. Don't let your past define you. In a sense, like, your past for surely defines you and who you become. But don't let it define you to become someone you're not. Don't let it define you to make you hate yourself or not like yourself. You know, if you're insecure about whatever it is about yourself, I just want you to know it didn't stem from you. It didn't start from you. It didn't manifest in you. It came from somebody else. It came from a place of hatred that was not you. It came from someone who did not like you, who seen you as a threat, and told you these things about yourself to make you feel lesser than, to make you feel, what's the word? To make you feel hateful and not loving of yourself. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, a person who loves themselves is a dangerous person. Because someone who loves themselves 100% is a dangerous person. Because can't nobody tell them anything about themselves. And can't nobody tell them anything that's going to make them change the way they think about themselves. You know, and there's a lot of people who someone to say something about them and they change how they feel about themselves, or they change how they think, or their whole emotional life, their whole life is trying to please others. And if I'm trying to do this and to please others, and if it works, I'm happy. If it doesn't work and these people are sad or don't like it, then I don't like it, and now I'm sad. Even though I want to be happy, everything is dependent on everybody else. Don't let your whole everything be dependent on somebody else. Let your whole everything be dependent on you, your thought, and how you feel about yourself. And let God control the things that you can't control. Let him handle that. The stuff in your life that you can't control, let him handle that. The things that you think, it's never gonna work, it can't change, it's not gonna happen, let God handle that. Give it to him. You can't control certain things. It's okay. You may have, your skin pigment may not be the prettiest. Shoot, mine ain't either. If you look here, you see it's very multicolored. It's not like just right here. It's all down my chest, my stomach. I understand these. I understand I can't do nothing about it. In the past, yeah, I was kind of insecure. Maybe a little bit right now still, but guess what? I can't do nothing about it. I accept myself for who I am. And if God decides I'm gonna remove it, guess what happens? He's gonna remove it. But until then, I'm chilling. I love myself no matter what. You know? You just gotta love yourself. You know? It's a beautiful thing. But if y'all new, go ahead and subscribe button. Hit the like button for your boy. Comment down below what y'all want to see next. Share it with your family. Share it with your friends. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. Show your boy some love over there. Also, follow my main channel for my all workout fitness content videos. Just JufroYT. Or first link down below. But my name is JufroYT, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Hype. Peace.